Hello, 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 hello. Oh my god, Atomic has just put on the fakest smile.
Like,
I love your Batman beanie. I just saw you have a Batman beanie.
Thank
That's very
you.
exciting.
We're all
very
wearing
cool.
we're all wearing beanies here today because
Hi, Liam. Hi, we've inspired beanies. We're a beanie crew.
we are a beanie crew because
Beanie crew.
I do want to know like what is under the beanie because do you know I reckon because I've never no.
I shaved my head last year.
I don't know why. I thought, do you know, if you like lifted up, there was going to be like, I don't know, a Pokemon or something like that. Oh no!
Oh,
do
I
you know
should.
what?
Oh, why
No.
did I not pre-plan this?
No. Do you know what? Do you know what? Right? Do you know the day you'd be like, everyone, I'm going to quit streaming. I'm going to take the hat off. Okay? Because now you have to live in this hat now forever. Okay? So the hat comes off. Okay? And that's when you're officially done. And do you know what you have underneath there?
What?
Marmalade sandwich.
I will keep a note of this. If I ever give up streaming, that's what I'll put under the hat.
I mean, we just discussed like what you've just achieved. So like, don't quit anytime soon. But
I have no plans to end streaming. I'm here.
there we go.
For as long as long as you'll have me, basically.
A Stream Seed exclusive for you. Crazy Hazy is not going to be quitting streaming.
I'm not. Yes, I'm not quitting streaming anytime soon.
But yes,
just for the record.
But you could be Paddington.
Who's Paddington? Well, as in having a marmalade sandwich under my hat.
I was saying, what do you mean? Who's Paddington? Paddington Bear?
I know. I actually have a picture of Paddington on my phone. My son found a picture. Found a statue of Paddington recently. So
I thought you were going to just have a random
adorable.
picture of Paddington on your phone. I was like, why?
I love Paddington so much.
Do you know what?
He's
I never watched anything Paddington related until my daughter was born, and now literally I love Paddington Bear.
Paddington's great. Have you seen the stage Paddington?
I've seen the TikToks of it.
Adorable, so adorable. I'm like, I want to meet stage Paddington.
But I'm not willing to go to London for it.
I mean, you're further from. I can get to London in 45 minutes.
Yeah, it takes me about 4 hours.
Yeah, I'd see why you would probably want.
Atomic,
do that.
you and EO, how long would it take you and EO to get to Paddington, London?
about 5 hours.
Yeah, I'm completely lost.
So much so that my work are actually flying me.
Oh yes, we'll get to that in a second. Anyway, welcome everyone to Creators of the Doughnut Table. This is the
Random
introduction.
tangent.
Yeah, I did say we can go on random tangents. I didn't realise we'd go straight away into Paddington Bear. Yes, welcome everyone. We are talking boundaries today.
Yes.
Hello Liam and Dear Heart. Oh, that's
Hello, dear heart. Hi, Liam.
That's such a sweet little name, isn't it? Hello, Dear Heart.
These are friends. Hi, friends.
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 Yes, we are talking boundaries today. But first, before we do, we need to introduce our panel. Hardy Cooper, related to the Hardy Boys? Nope.
Mr. Hardy Cooper will explain his name. He's told me his name.
Nope.
Is his explanation. Hey, Susie.
No, fair enough. Anyway, yes, let's introduce our panel first. First of all, the very tired because she's had a very stressful day, but it will work in our benefit. It says creator, but she's not. She's a caster. It is Atomic Moonchild. Golf clap.
Hello, everyone.
You're right.
I am, like I say, just a full-on day at work. So, yeah, so exhausted today.
Now, was part of your very exhausting day getting your cat off your keyboard?
Yes, he fell asleep on my keyboard. And I was like, got stuff to do. What are you doing?
Cat's best timing, right? Always the best timing.
Did you move him?
Oh, does it all the time?
Did you move him?
No.
Good.
Not moved
Well
himself.
done. That's what you
It's illegal to move a sleeping cat. What are you on about?
Oh, other than that, how have you been?
All right, yeah.
Now,
absolutely loving the new job.
Now, this to Mr. Crazy Hazy and to Crazy Hazy's chat, this is absolutely going to sound like the stupidest thing ever. But how was Boris night?
Oh, it was so much fun, as always. I wrecked my throat and I hurt my cheeks from laughing so much.
Boris night.
I would say that's all I did. I asked the question and then I just looked over to OBS and I just watched your face and it was just I just seen the eyes squint more and more of what?
It's called
like,
the Boris
what?
Adventures.
Yes.
Basically, we all don on the Boris Johnson avatar in VR chat, and we explore different worlds and just goof off as him, basically.
I did wonder if you were talking about Boris Johnson. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, Boris
Oh,
Adventures.
amazing.
It's been going for a
Amazing.
few years now, so it's just
That's
crazy.
funny.
It's
The
absolutely
worst thing is
funny.
I
funny.
wanted to join this year and I didn't because I was away for the weekend and I didn't realize until Atomic posted that last week and I was like, oh, I'm away on that Saturday. No, but I did try and tune in at one point because the internet was atrocious and you weren't ice skating, you were rollerblading, in a roller rink at one point.
Yep. A roller rink, we did bowling, we had a birthday party for all Boris, and then we did some like skits on in a world called Audience Anarchy, where you get given a prompt. Like all our prompts were Boris or Boris related, and yeah, they were just so funny. So funny.
I think.
Go on.
No, I was just gonna say. I think Boris, like, I don't know where he lives now, but he lives like in the area where I'm from now. Like, I don't know exactly where, but he's like moved there.
Crazy
So
Hazy lives
if I meet,
Crazy Hazy lives in. I was gonna say Paddington again. No, where did Downing Street? That's the one.
I live in the Tri-Shire. The three shires that are around me are the Berkshire, the Oxfordshire, and the Hampshire.
Though I was gonna say,
right.
do you know until you explained that, I was gonna be like, you've confused me more.
Well, that's now the confusion with the Boris. We're even now.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
It's weird because I'm from Lancashire.
See, there's another shire. There you go. There's so many shires. So many shires.
I'm from Merthyr. There's no shire in my name.
Merthyr.
Merthyr.
I am, but the Oxfordshire is the original shire because that's where J.R.R. Tolkien was based, because that's where he wrote, Hobbit, I believe. Or
Right.
He got the inspiration for it.
Right. We need to take a little chat break a second because Mr. Hardy Cooper has written something. It's just explaining their name, right? But it's so significant, I feel like I need to stop and actually read it, even though both of you already stopped and already started reading it. You're about halfway a sentence through. So, right, bear with, chat. So, Mr. Because I'm a male, good start. Hardy comes from a late grandpa that I was named after. He got the nickname in Canada when he was working there because the name isn't the easiest. Then Cooper came from my great-grandpa, whom, I love the word whom, they put whom in it. Oh! Love it. I'm so easily impressed. Who was an American soldier. Oh, God, no. Chat, calm down, chat. Was an American soldier that was stationed here in Iceland during World War II and had fun with my great-grandma and my grandma, hence the name. Simple explanation. Yep. I'm going to have to watch that back just to understand that. Anyway, right.
It's a great story. I love it.
It's an amazing story. Anyway, let's introduce our guest, shall we? So the guest we have on here today has set their boundaries of, I don't know. I started off with a really good bit. I did not come with the end of it. Mr. Beanie Man himself. It is Crazy Hazy.
Thank you for having me. Hello, everyone. Hi.
How are
Hi,
you?
everyone in chat. Hello. I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm all right.
You well?
Don't you get warm in the beanie? Do you wear the beanie during the summer?
I do get warm. So my community are very generous with the hype trains, and when I do a lot of dancing, it gets very warm in the beanie. But it's the time of year that the beanie is worn, and luckily, so I haven't got any heating on, but my PC heats the room.
Yeah.
And it's just a good mid-level of heat. But when I do a hype train, the beanie sometimes will need to come off. So, but the window's open a little bit, so it's kind of a balance. But yeah, hype trains definitely cause the sweat. So yeah, that can be always really pleasant, but it's always fun. I always love it.
Oh.
But sometimes I get a bit warm.
Fair
That's the
enough.
only time it gets warm.
Okay, right. So, I tell you what, I need to get my pen ready to tick things off because otherwise I'll get lost. But
Hey, Adam. Hi.
hello,
Welcome.
Adam.
And Ralphie. I see Ralphie. I think I said hello to everyone.
I would have said
Quack.
Quack is muted.
Hello.
Oh, well, tough, Adam. I'm not muted. Even though, fun fact, I did stream. When did I stream? Yesterday for 2 hours, because I tend to do about 2 hours. And for an hour and 51 minutes, a follower of mine, Mr. Xops, comes into chat and says, audio broken, is it? No, what are you on about?
Oh, really?
I've been talking to people. Like, people have been responding to me in chat. Yeah, my game audio was muted for the pretty much the full 2 hours.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh no.
So then
no.
when I went back and watched my VOD, I was like, no, surely not. Yep, everything was
no.
muted. Just that's all you could hear was my voice.
Can I let anyone know in chat if you're ever in a streamer's chat and a really nice thing to do is just let the streamer know if there's any audio issues.
Yes.
Everyone I see in this chat, who I see here at the moment, who are regulars in my stream, always say to me, Hazy, there's no audio or there's no, and it's so helpful to everyone who has those issues. Always let the streamer know because they don't know. They will not know most of the time.
So can I borrow a couple of your community? Just when I'm in my stream, they don't need to do much. Just pop in every now and again. Just
loan them out, yeah.
Yeah. Just every now and again, just be like, just do schedule the shifts or whatever, and then every now and again, they just pop their head in and be like, audio's good, and then
a little announcement to see who would like to be on shift.
If we want to do a rota based on rotas, we can do that. Just pop in
Sounds
every
good.
45 minutes and just be like, audio's good, and then you can just carry on your day. It's fine. It's all good. Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm doing very well, Adam. Thank you, buddy. Very
Anyway,
well.
so Mr. Crazy, I'm gonna call you Mr. Crazy. I don't know why.
That's okay.
I call everyone Mr. or Miss Crazy or whatever. Mr. Crazy.
Yes.
This is your first time on Crazy the Dawn Table. I know because 13 minutes ago you only just followed us. So
Yeah.
you've been
Awkward.
You've known about the show longer than you've been following.
I was so sneakily did it before we started stream, and now you've just dropped me. You just dropped me in it now.
Don't
so
worry. Addicted to caffeine only did it 35 minutes ago. It's fine. I'll drop you all in it. I have no problem with
It's
it.
fine. It's fine. I followed the Twitter account for longer. So
Oh, okay.
That's my claim.
And hang on, Atomic Moonchild has just followed.
Amazing. Hello, Moonbeard. Hi.
I haven't.
That was such a delayed thing then.
Awkward.
But
It's because I was reading chat and I was like, wait a minute. No, I haven't.
you're like,
Also,
hang on, I'm Atomic Moonchild. Right, should we drop 2 more people in here and then we move on to our first-ish question? No, we're going to drop 3 people in. Mr. Hardy Cooper, Liam Knight, and the
Aninak.
Yeah.
Aniak.
Stop coming for my job.
Anna.
Hello. Thank you for the follows, everyone. Anyway, right, Crazy Hazy. This is the first ever time you've been on Crazy the Donut Table. Before I get distracted with my ADHD, who are you? Why are you here? And what are the numbers behind you mean?
Okay, so who am I? My name is Crazy Hazy. I'm a UK-based variety streamer on Twitch. Recently, very, very happily and still excitedly, recent partner on Twitch.
We'll discuss.
It's really, really awesome. And I'm really, really still getting over it, which is awesome. Why am I here? Because you have very kindly invited me, because we're going to talk about something really, really important, which is about boundaries today, which is really awesome. And the numbers behind me, which I can turn off if they're distracting, is so I got this device, which was actually very kindly gifted to me by Mr. Hardy Cooper in chat. This device shows how many followers and how many subscribers I have. You can also put how many viewers are on it as well. But as I said to you off stream, I don't have my viewer count on, so I've turned that off. But it's a really cool piece of tech. It's a pretty cool piece of tech, but it's nice. It's a little contribution thing, which I like.
So during this
You can
entire...
also put...
Oh, go on.
No, I can put a donut on it if you like.
No. All I was going to say was, so during this, this next hour to hour and a half, all it's going to be is just you showing off how many followers and how many subs you got.
I mean, now I've mentioned it, I'm going to change it.
It's fine. It's fine. Brag away. It's fine because you earned it. It is a little bit, but we'll power through it. So okay, the first things I like to ask everybody first here is, and 9 times out of 10 it makes me really depressed. How long have you been streaming?
I've been streaming for 6 years. So I started in June 2019, which is obviously 6 years ago. Well, 6.5 almost now, which is amazing. 6.5 years ago. I was only saying 10 minutes ago it was 6 years ago, but now it's 6.5 years, which is crazy.
10 minutes is quite a long time.
I know. There we go. 6.5 years, and yeah, I started basically just going, I'd like to do this thing. It seems really fun, and I'd like to make a nice, fun, safe space on Twitch and have a good time, and that's where it kind of started. So yeah, 6 years, 6.5 years. I mean,
So what? Because I was kind of the same, and I'm pretty sure Atomic, you were the same as well, weren't you? You just sort of went, "I'll just give this a go, innit?" All right.
Pretty much, yeah.
So what was the initial crazy now? What was the initial, why did you want to press that go live button? What was the motive behind it at the start?
so I will cut a long story short. In about, I think it was Assassin's Creed Black Flag, I was like, I got PS4, got Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and I was like, I really, really want to try this out on Twitch. And it was like, you could integrate Twitch, you could stream straight to obviously to from PS4 to Twitch. And I was like, oh, this is really cool. That'd be really fun. And that was literally on the release day of Assassin's Creed back then. And Verbium was my first viewer, my one of my mods and good friends. And I always said to myself, well, this would be really, really fun someday to give it a go. And then I obviously got distracted with other stuff, kind of all that kind of stuff. And then a few years later, I said, you know what? It'd be really cool to start the streaming thing again. So I said to Verbs, my good friend, I said to him, if I give you some money, can you help me build a PC? And we did. And he did. And he very kindly did that for me. And then, lo and behold, started streaming Sea of Thieves. 2 years later, decided to go variety instead because I felt a bit burnt out on the game. And the rest is history. And it just became something that I really became really passionate about. As you know, probably from my streams, I work in mental health as well. So that is another kind of avenue for me as well, is that I want to use like a platform like this to hopefully make people's day a little bit better. That's what it comes down to. And hopefully, just do some, just be kind. That's a really important message that I always kind of try and have underneath my hat, as it were. So that's really important to me. So yeah, that's kind of my little journey in a nutshell. I could talk about it longer, but I think we'll have to write a book about it if we do that.
Right. Okay. So because you said you work in mental health, yes?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So we've done this a million times, and regulars here are going to be like, "Oh, not again." But Atomic, you used to work in you worked in mental health, haven't you? Okay.
Well, mental health, forensics, learning disabilities. all
So,
sorts, yeah.
so the chat know, what is your background in all of this, Atomic? What is your background in terms of, because I'm doing this for context because at least then Atomic is actually talking from common sense, where when I speak it's literally just going to be brain, mouth, yeah.
I have a degree in forensic psychology. I also have a degree in leadership and management in health and social care. And yeah, I was training to be a learning disability nurse. I had to quit for mental and financial reasons, but I used to be very passionate about what I do. And now I work for a charity, which is one of my all-time passions and what I wanted to do in life.
And of course, you, much like Crazy, are very charity driven as well, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
So, for mine and Atomic's sake, Crazy, what is your background in the mental health genre?
So actually, I've got a little story here. I actually initially went to university to study computing. So that was actually my initial kind of degree, because I was relatively okay at PCs and tech, starting off my university career and A levels, etc.
I can't wait to get from point A to point Z in this one. This is going to be buckle yourself in for this one.
This is going to be a fun story. I should actually prepare you, actually, because there's a slight bit to the story. Is that I remember when I was doing my GCSEs, I've never been academically suited at all. I'm not an academic person, but I somehow have got to where I am, so I've done okay, which is great. But when I was doing GCSEs and applying for A levels, someone turned around to me and said, and I was really excited about doing psychology. I was very much like, I'd love to do psychology as something that I'd love to get into. And then all the teachers were like, oh, you haven't got an A at GCSE, you can't do that. So I was a bit like, okay, well, what am I good at? And it was computers. So I did actually relatively well at A level for computers and stuff like that, which was great. Anyway, going to university, I went into a degree doing computing, and actually what happened was is in the first week of university, and I'll be honest, this is the first time I'd left my hometown, like for big like for the first real time ever, and I met those incredible people in the first week, and what happened was, and obviously, you know, meeting people for the first time, I met someone, and they said to me something really quite personal to them, and I was just like really surprised because I'd not ever considered that I'd be someone that someone would want to tell really personal stuff to. And I asked actually at the end of the conversation, you know, I said to them, you know, I'm really conscious you told me something really personal here. Like, why did you choose me in a way? And they said, you're just really easy to talk to. And I'll be honest, I'll never forget that because it opened a door for me that I never knew I'd expect to walk through. And I basically started doing lots of volunteering. I started like, you know, I did like, you know, events where welcoming new students in. I started doing like, you know, I started being a rep in the course, all that kind of stuff. And then sooner or later, I was then involved in like student union activities and doing welfare activities, all that kind of stuff. And it then opened a door to like doing more well-being stuff. And then basically sooner or later, I just got a job in well-being and mental health and providing emotional support, and it's the rest is history really. It kind of became a thing. I did lots of training. I actually in the end didn't even complete my degree. I actually dropped out of university and actually did lots of training and stuff like that. So and actually one of the things that I always take away from this experience is that, you know, there's always kind of this pressure to go to university and do like a university degree from lots of different avenues of life, but actually sometimes the right calling comes to you. And it's so funny that years later that you know 15-year-old version of me who has said no, you can't do psychology, is now working in a field where helping people, you know, with their mental health. And I take that as a really big learning curve for me, because actually I was so sold on the idea of getting a degree and doing all this kind of stuff, and actually didn't really need to. And I obviously, you know, getting a degree is valid also, but it's not always there's more than one way to do what you care about. And I think that's really important.
And you work around computers a lot more now, so you probably
I do.
Your computing knowledge is, I'm assuming, has gone up as well.
Yeah, I would say I'm relatively average at PCs, but I can get a PC working a little bit, so that's always a positive sign.
I can get a PC working as well. I press that little black button down below and it works.
Press the button and turn it off and on again. If it doesn't work, then it should work again. You know? That's how it
Exactly.
works, right?
I worked out that why one of my monitors wasn't working. Replaced the cable and it worked. Hey, look at me go.
Just replace the expensive stuff and you'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. All you need is a bottomless pit of money.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty gritty of things. So we're talking about boundaries. Now, we've all been in the streaming game now for the minimum of 5 years. We have all probably experienced at least something of where you've gone, this is crossing a boundary a little bit. Atomic, when it comes to boundaries where there's someone you feel like has overstepped your boundaries and has like overstepped what you think is like, that's a bit out of order, or you think that this overstepping in terms of, do you really need to be talking about this? Have you got anything off the top of your head where you go, oh yeah, that's a story, or that, not naming a person, but that's a person you can think of where when you just saw their name and you think, what are they going to say today?
See, my streams are usually at very open spaces, so if someone's having a bad day, they can always talk to me about it. I'll always help people through things. I don't really. The only boundaries I have is like with terms of respect and just not being rude, really. But obviously, because I am a neurospicy individual, I will just be as blunt as anything. So if anyone oversteps, they're told straight away, pretty much.
By the way,
I don't know any stories off the top of my head.
How did your people of overstepping the mark almost immediately? How did your TikTok live go? I genuinely have not asked.
It went
you this.
really well. Oh my god, I was actually really shocked. It went really, really well. I just chatted bollocks and did my makeup. It was good. Nice to have company.
Nobody come in and try and rip you.
Luckily not, because I probably would have ended up with a ban.
Probably. Do you know, I did a TikTok live earlier, and I got when you do a TikTok studio on the PC, it'll tell you if you've got a violation warning. So like if you show alcohol, it'll say you got a violation warning. Now it's gonna put you on a ban, so under 18s can't see you. Blah 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 blah. And I got one for hate speech. And hazard a guess what I said that caused me to have hate speech. Wet wipe.
Go on.
So, right, when I on my TikTok, right, anything in Welsh, oh, Moonbeard, you're so funny. I'm trying to think of a swear word in Welsh, and I literally can't think of anything off the top of my head. Yeah, basically on my TikTok, I talk predominantly wrestling, and someone came into the chat and said, "What do you think of Logan Paul?" And I was like, well, as a person, he's a bit questionable, but as an athlete, he's incredibly good. I was like, what do you think? And they went, and I read this out loud. They went, Logan Paul equals wet wipe. So I just went, Logan Paul, wet wipe. I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. And then next thing you know, like 2 seconds later, I get this violation warning that the AI of TikTok picked up saying, oh, it's a hate speech. And I was like, hate speech? I was like, I'm talking wrestling. 'Cause, like, TikTok's really strict on you swearing as well. So I was like, I haven't sworn. I was like, maybe did I say something like about a wrestling move? That seems a bit more. I was like, Hulk Hogan? I was like, I don't know. And then the person who was in the chat was like, oh yeah, you said wet wipe. And I was like, so? And they were like, yeah, this team is hate speech. I was like, what?
So sorry, I'm just a bit like, so like, imagine it like you're talking about like, you know, I don't know, wiping down a table. Yeah, it's just like, wait, what?
Yep. Or the thing that I know the most is if you've got a flood because the drains are blocked because of wet wipes.
Yeah.
Yeah. TikTok's AI is so bizarre.
Do you know what? I had a bit of a moment with TikTok when I was posting just my schedule, and they were like, oh yeah, it was Water Park Simulator, and they were like, this is deemed as sexual content, and I was like, wait, what? I'm just posting a picture of Water Park Simulator. What are you talking about? There's nothing, nothing about it, and I was just so confused. I was like, wait, what? I was like, what? Just like, this is a video game we're talking about. Yeah. It's just like, wait, what? That was very random.
Anyway, Crazy, since you are much more in depth into this, and of course you're a Twitch partner, first of all, congratulations about that.
Thank you.
Because when I first asked you to be on this show, you were waiting on, or you may have just applied, I think we were waiting at that point for the green light, which ended up being the green light. Yeah. And you said about how stressful it was.
Yes.
I can still see the trauma in your eyes. It's okay, blink.
I just think, it was always going to be a time where, it was never on my scorecard getting partner. I was always like, I just want to have a good time as a streamer and blah, blah, blah. And then when you get that email through from Twitch saying you're invited to apply for Twitch partner, you're like, what? And then you're noticing that it's kind of continuously improving. And then you're like, what? And then you're like, but is it going to happen? And then you get closer and closer, and then it just gets more and more stressful. But it was increased. It was because of the incredible community that has been all around me and all the communities of Twitch that have just made it so incredible, and it's just been great. So yeah, I'm so relieved, but also very happy, and I'm still elated from it all. It's been an incredible experience.
I do apologize for giggling at that point then, because I wasn't laughing at you, and she knows why. If you would like to check your video ninja, just have a look at the other camera the cheeky.
Are you eating mini cheddars?
The little minx. What we got? Pepperoni cheesy bites.
Oh, cheesy bites.
Honestly, well good.
Very jealous.
You were eating digestives earlier, and I've just been sat here like I'm proper hungry.
First of all, I was eating Jaffa cakes, and they've gone. But no,
I haven't got anything. I'm snackless.
And let me guess, do you know in that water container, it's just water, isn't it?
It is just water. It's. I'm sorry, I haven't got anything downstairs that's a bit more hardcore. But I do have a cool bottle though.
A bit hardcore. Bottle. It's a very nice SNES. NES, sorry. Controller.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna, because as you were talking, then I'm looking at you. I'm looking at the little dancing donut, and then I just see Atomic move, and I was like, "Where you going?" And then you pick up the crisps, and then she's just like trying to sneakily eat. When I'm like, I can see you eating it, and you could just see this like Like my daughter's 2 years old, and I get the same grin when she's trying to sneakily eat something. I'm like, I can see you do it. I can see you do it. Are they nice? Atomic, are they nice?
I wonder actually, would they be good? Would they be good next to pepperami? Right? Is that what the flavor was?
Yeah, cheese.
They
I'm
honestly
curious.
taste like pepperoni. Oh my god,
Do
they're
Do
well
they?
good.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
see, anything garlic, I'll have, please.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
it. People who are in my community will know.
Gil has
Garlic
just
is
finished
my-
I love
quiche and
garlic.
chips. Quiche can get in the bin.
Oh, quiche and chips.
Nope,
Hell yeah.
Nope, just give me the chips. And then, depending on what...
Chicago
What? Yeah,
pizza.
depends on what Liam says now is on the Chicago Town pizza. Might be whether they get banned or not.
Is it to do with pineapple?
Yeah, if we put pineapple on, that can get in the bin.
Have I said the P word and started a whole different topic of
No.
conversation?
Do
That's
you know
not the
what, right?
boundaries.
No, it's just to do with any food. Quack's a weirdo with
yeah.
food.
Sweet honey barbecue.
I don't like eggs.
No.
Let's derail the conversation completely.
Anytime Atomic's on it,
I'm good at that.
it
I'm
always
good at
ends
that.
up in this thing. Sweet honey barbecue, get in the bin. You're not going to get banned, but you might get timed out for it. But no, the pineapple conversation is not that bad in my life anymore, purely because our fellow caster, Lofty, has worse. Are you a pineapple on pizza kind of guy first, by the way?
Me, you know what? I'm actually really on the fence, and I know this is probably the really cop out answer, but I'm like, I'll never go to a restaurant and order a ham and pineapple traditionally pizza. But if you present me with a pizza and said, "Here's a ham and pineapple pizza, eat it," or I'll take one of your kidneys, I will eat the pizza happily because I like my
I
kidneys.
love pineapple.
Why someone
I
threaten
will-
your
I will-
kidneys?
I don't know. I couldn't think of anything that I want to keep. I panicked. No, I would eat it. I would eat it because I'd be like, well, I don't mind this. I just don't. It just wouldn't be an active decision.
Yeah. So
I wouldn't be like, I would be seeking it out. You know.
So if you go to Atomic's house, because you're not coming to my house and having pineapple on blinking pizza, and she offered you pineapple on pizza, then you'd be like, yeah, okay, but you're not going to have it yourself. But yeah, Lofty does worse.
What's that? What does Lofty have?
Ready for this, chat? Ready for this? Banana.
Drum roll. But see, okay, right, okay, that I don't get that.
No.
I don't get that.
And when I first met
I mean, if it were chocolate pizza, I'd understand that.
no.
So you can get the Dr. Oetker ones, right? The ice cream pizzas. There's like chocolate pizzas with like pizza base, but with chocolate on top of them. Yeah.
I remember I had a Chicago Town one once, and that was rank. Yes, Liam.
You just don't like food, though. You have no opinion on it. Just like you have no opinion on Fallout.
Quack has decided that my stream isn't worth watching anymore because I'm playing Fallout at the moment.
No, right. Hang on. Let me. No,
I'm joking.
No. Trust me, we're gonna go down this route. So I'm not gonna I'm not gonna save myself because I do stand with that. But what I'm gonna say is
Blazing Italian.
your streams are worth watching, but just keep it on much lower level, and I'll do something else because I am not going to sit there for 3-4 hours watching you play a terrible game. When you were playing Clays Obscure for the what seems like forever, I was there to watch that. I put you on much louder, and whatever I'm doing on the other screen, I can make sure that's much lower, so I can keep an eye on you. Fallout, no.
I appreciate that. I'm very grateful that you turned up as I was playing Fallout, though. So thank you for that. Can I just say back to the partner bit? Just because it's really important for everyone in chat who doesn't know. I met Ben Starr a couple of weeks ago. He is wonderful, and I love him so much. I have like the biggest man crush on him. I told him that Clair Obscur was one of the main games that because he remembered I was a streamer, by the way. I was very starstruck because I got a cameo from him. And basically, I said to him, I hit Twitch Partner recently, which is really exciting. And Clair Obscur was one of the games that I was playing during that time. So Clair Obscur will always have a very important place in my heart. And his reaction was, you could see him just be like, "That's a really nice thing to hear." And I was just really happy about that. So it's really nice. Adam, do you not know who Ben Starr is? Ben Starr is who Susie's put in chat. Ben Starr is the voice of Verso in Clair Obscur Expedition 33. He is Clive Rosfield in Final Fantasy 16. He plays Jimbo the clown from Balatro, and he's also in Kazan. He's Kazan from
None of them I played.
Kazan. You've never played them? Oh, I
I
see.
haven't played any of them.
You know him with Verso in Clair Obscur.
Nope, I was doing the what was it, the game award things. I was doing my nominations, and Clair's Obscure was in like 8 of the categories. And
yes,
it is like, to a degree, I think, should I play it? Is it turn based?
This is Ben Starr, by the way. This is Ben Starr.
I should know. Hang on. Talk amongst yourself.
This is Ben Starr. He signed this for me.
Where'd you meet him?
Very exciting. I met him at MCM in London.
Ah.
Yeah, I got my copy of Final Fantasy 16 signed by him as well. I don't actually own casually exactly Anna.
Yeah.
I don't actually own Clair Obscur. I actually played it on Xbox Game Pass, and it's one of those games that I own that I still want. No, I don't technically own because it's on Game Pass, but I definitely want to buy the game, and I haven't done it yet. I'm getting the collector's edition in January, which is very exciting, but I actually don't own the game yet, and I feel like I need to have it. And then it gives me an excuse to go meet Ben again with Clair Obscur in my possession.
Right.
Every opportunity.
Yes. What was I did see something. I hate eggs. Something like that. Yeah, I do hate food. Anyway, crazy. With you being a Twitch partner, that's my point. That's how I got into this. With you being a Twitch partner, you must have had more than one person come into your chat and overstep. Because, like you say, with you being on, what's the best way to explain it? Is like you being a mental health advisor, support person.
So I'm kind of like a welfare support advisor. So I don't directly give advice, but I talk through things with people to hopefully give them emotional support so they can make their own choices, that kind of stuff. So that's kind of a very brief version of it.
So you know what did you just say? A welfare
support.
I want to call you a welfare officer.
Yeah, you could be welfare. Yeah, that's actually a better. Let's go with that.
And it sounds more authoritative as well, doesn't it? I'm a welfare officer.
Very fancy.
Mental health advocate. There we go. You can be that.
Yeah, I would say I'm more of an advocate than.
Yeah. So, obviously, with you being a mental health advocate and taking it as seriously as you do, have you ever had someone off the top of your head? Again, don't have to name names, but just a situation where you've just gone, oh no, where someone has broken your boundaries, or you feel like they've broken their own boundaries.
So I'm of the So I would say there are some. It happens very rarely. I like to point out that we've cultivated a community on Twitch, which I'm very, very proud of, because everyone who's joined the community, and obviously there's, one or two people who come in every now and then who might want to rock the boat unintentionally or intentionally sometimes. But mostly, on most occasions, everyone is incredible, and I'm very lucky to have met so many incredible people. But there are people who come in who do rock the boat, and there are a couple of occasions where I've had to like say. And this is it raises another question, because, and this is a question that I maybe I could pose to you two as well, because there's two things here that come to mind. Is there's rules and there's boundaries, and the thing is that when I think of that myself, and I don't know what you both think about this as well, is rules are more explicit. They're more like you got your rules, which is standard, usually very in line with Twitch TOS, or you have some personal rules that you want for your stream or your community, which is very explicit. Usually, you click on a stream either in the panels or in the chat when you get there for the first time. That's very explicit. But then the other side to it is boundaries, and these can be for a range of reasons. So it could be like personal boundaries to you. This could be digital boundaries, whatever they are, whatever they look like, and they're more implicit. And sometimes when you meet people, it's like, okay, so they followed the rules of the community, but they may not always know your personal boundaries. And sometimes someone can cross those, even though they're not necessarily breaking the rules. Yeah. And we can obviously talk about examples in a minute, but there have been occasions where people have come in, very, very suitably followed the rules, but somehow have really pushed buttons at different points. And I remember an occasion where I have had to address a situation where I'm like, this is not okay. And I'm of the position that if someone passes a boundary, they get a warning, and then they hopefully learn from it. I'm also very much, I want people to learn from, potentially behaviors that aren't particularly fond behaviors, things that, it's all about behaviors. And if that happens again, then it needs to be addressed. And that, whatever that looks like, whatever the situation is. Usually rules are like, completely off the bat, you get a warning or you get banned. Boundaries are a bit different. So that's what comes to mind for me. But yeah, there have been some occasions where someone has crossed my boundaries. I've said, this is not okay, and this is how I feel about it. And I've had to say, if you do it again, we're going to have to address this, and I'm going to have to talk to you about it. And then it has happened, and I've had to ban them as a result. So there's rules broken, but also personal boundaries broken. So there's and sometimes it can be the other way around. But boundaries sometimes can be, not necessarily the rules, and that can be a little bit of a grey area as well.
So,
if that answers your question.
Have you had that? Have you had that happen to you, where your boundaries, like you say, your rules are quite out there, and I think everyone tends to have the same rules of don't really talk politics. Yep. My first rule is don't be a dick.
Yes,
just simple. And I think we can all, I can say for Atomic Peers, we all sort of do the same thing of, right, we do a very soft, hey, don't mention that, or don't do that, and then when if they do it again, it's, right, come on now, stop being a knob, and then when they do it the third time, it's like, right, you've had your warnings now, wind your neck in, or sort of thing. But yeah, so have you had someone where they push their boundaries quite extreme, or quite an extreme level of just like they've said something and you think, yeah, that's not, no, or you've had to
yeah, and I think a lot of my community members will also know that this from me is that if a boundary is crossed, I usually do say like, no, that's not okay.
Yeah,
that's not okay. Let's kind of keep that. Let's put a lid on that basically. And it's not necessarily a rule breaking thing, so it's more of a personal boundary thing. So I've had to do that before for sure, definitely.
Have you, Atomic?
Had what?
Nice that you're paying attention. Have you had someone push your boundaries to the point where you're just like, yo, yeah, no, cut that out?
Yeah, like usually it's someone new and someone trying to troll and that, and I'm polite as I can for as long as I can. But then if they just go too far, it's like an immediate, nah, get out of here. It's not that kind of place. My community won't stand for that. I won't stand for that. Bye. Pretty much.
Fair enough. So then
I want everyone to feel safe. So that's the important part.
Yeah. And I think that's what's quite important with all three of our streams, because between the three of us sat here, we all have very different styles of how our spaces are. But I think we're all very much in the same boat as well. I know Atomic is definitely of being open, and if you want to talk, then this is where you can do it. Now, I know, because you don't know Atomic's Discord, but the old toaster tin, sorry, biscuit tin, in her Discord, let's do the usual stream seed, check how many people are in the chat today. Oh, we got 4 today. There's someone new, I haven't seen that in before. Sorry.
Keanu.
No, 2 more down. Jimbo James.
Are we checking?
Oh no!
That's Dan. He's changed his name to Jimbo James because of Marcus the Worm.
Well, as in Robert. The stone is pissing me off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Robert. That rock, it's pissing me off.
Oh my god! And as well, crazy. This is a joke that I came up with like 15 minutes ago, and I'm only now can remember to say it. Do you use AI?
Do I use AI?
I love AI.
Do you use ChatGPT? I love ChatGPT.
I've heard of Chat. I have tinkered with AI, but I don't tend to use it that much.
You don't know the Boris meme, do you?
I don't know the Boris meme. I've heard, ChatGPT. I've heard. Yes, I have heard of this.
Oh, thank God for that.
It's a Boris thing. Yes. Sorry. Yes.
So that's how far back I'm going into the conversation.
Do you use AI? I love AI.
I love it.
I love ChatGPT.
I have seen this now that you mentioned.
Do you know, going into 2026, I feel like we should have like a little banner that comes across as just Boris moment.
Love AI.
Anyway, sorry. Right, back to the present. Yeah. So this can go into Discord as well, and all I've got down is being a therapist. Okay, so everyone's just going, "I love it." Yeah, I know. I can all comfortably say that none of us are qualified therapists. Yes. Yes. Tomic, you're not a therapist that I know of.
I'm not a therapist, no.
There we go.
Technically, with my qualifications, I could.
All right, smarty pants.
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna talk about a boundary now. Can I interject? Is that okay?
That's my boundary. No, you can't. I'm the host. You can't. No, fine.
Well, one boundary that I hold very dear to me, and this is really important because I say this, like, sometimes people going back to mental health and like being a mental health professional or practitioner or whatever, anything like that. One thing that I hold very dear to me is obviously my job outside of streaming, and obviously associated with that is also my work in that as well. So that's really important part of it. And obviously being a mental health advocate, I'm obviously inviting people to talk about their mental health, and I'm very passionate about it, and I care about it a lot, and I have that, we have that kind of community, which is really great. One thing that I am very clear as a boundary is that I wouldn't want to personally offer any kind of mental health advice or support, because that then crosses a boundary for me around professional and personal life, and that's really important, because and as much as I do care about people's mental health and well-being, when I'm wearing my streamer hat, let's say, I am not there as a mental health person. I'm there to advocate for support for mental health. I'm there to talk about mental health. I invite people to share their feelings. We're not professionals to do that, but we are there to support each other through the tough times and the good times as well, which is really important. But if I am shifting into that other role, that then changes the dynamic of what I'm doing as a streamer as well. Yeah. And that's not fair to the persons in chat, but also not fair to me. And it's two-sided. It's not just me. So I've had people come into chat before who said, "Oh, Hazy, I was wondering if you could give me some advice on this." And without completely rejecting a person, because that's not nice either, but being able to go like, actually, I really appreciate that you've come to me about this, because you clearly appreciate what I have to say about it. I don't think I'm the best person in this position to offer that support, because first of all, I wear a different hat whilst I'm here. Also, the boundaries of our kind of streamer viewer relationship are different. It could be, whatever that looks like. It could be very subjective. It could be parasocial. It could be any of those different factors. It's not the most appropriate kind of suitable connection, if that makes sense. So yeah, just to that's why I'm interjecting a little bit, because I will never really kind of talk about my work. I obviously, I'm very open and say I work in mental health. I care, I work with people one-on-one. I have boundaries around that and that work as well. But I won't say where, I won't say how, I won't say what I do, because I feel that leaks into it changes the dynamic a little bit, I think. And that's not what I want to be doing as a streamer. And also I want to protect, part of my personal life as well, because, and this is not from immediate community members. It's usually people who come in who are specifically looking for that, who want that, and I can't provide that, because I want to be very clear about that boundary. And I think that's a really good example, I think.
So
if that makes sense.
The two things I've taken from that is, number one,
yeah,
as you're saying about the viewer creator dynamic.
Yep.
There obviously, like you say, you work in that field, which is fine.
Yep.
But like, take for me, for example, as I work in a DIY shop. All right, nothing special, it's just general job, pays bills, feeds my daughter, keeps the roof over my house, job done. I don't want to be sat here talking about power drills, because I talk about it enough. And when people are asking me about PTFE tape, I'm like,
yeah,
oh god. And when I hear the sentence, what it is, see, I'm like, oh, for God's sake, here we go. So when I'm streaming, and I've always said this, stop laughing at me. When I'm streaming, me and Atomic have said this many times in the past, is if we can just cheer one person up during the day while we're streaming, happy days. Because I'm here to enter. You have a question about power tools? Cool, ask somebody else, because I'm weak off. You ain't getting nothing out of me. I'm here to entertain. I'm not here. if someone wants to come to me for some sort of help, again, like you, I'd be like, yeah, I don't think I'm the person for this, purely because I don't have that kind of background. You know, if you want to know about batteries of the new DeWalt 18 volt, yeah, I could talk to you about that. But mental health,
Tell me about that later.
yeah. That's off stream chat. Yeah, but like for mental health and stuff like that, if you're going through something, I'm probably not the best person, because all I've learned is ask the question: is it a rant, or are you actually asking for help? Because if you're for a rant, go for it. I'm listening. I won't have to reply. Happy days. But if you're asking for advice, I can only give you advice of what I've personally been through, and that's not a huge amount.
Yeah.
So, but
and that's okay usually. I think it's, giving some insight of what you would do in a situation is okay. But if you're kind of giving that in an official capacity, where if someone's, I'm not going to lie to anyone. I'm not going to say, I'm not. If someone says to me, "What do I do as a job?" I'll say I work in mental health. But then that kind of someone might say, "Oh, can you answer a question?" That kind of thing. And I might say, "Well, are you seeing me as a professional? Or are you seeing me as a streamer now?" And that's where the line is a bit blurred, I think, and that's where it's really tough.
Do you know what? It's like you can see my notepad, because the next bit is where's the line.
Exactly.
Do you know if you get into the bottom bit now, right? I swear to God, like nobody can. You can't see my reflection in it. No, you can't. Plus, as well, you can read my scrawling. That is my handwriting.
I see it over there.
Yeah. So and Atomic, this question's coming to you. So pick your ears up, pick your horns up. So when people come into, like I say, Discord tends to be the one when they hear, "Ooh, Crazy Hazy works in mental health. Ooh, I can go to him for help." Do you find that because they know you work in mental health, people think, "Ooh, he can answer this now"? Whereas, like I say, I have no history of mental health. I have nobody in my family with mental health. I have nobody who's trained in mental health. I'm literally complete noob. The most I've learned about mental health is from Atomic. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the most I've learned. So do you find that people, because they know of your history and because of your job, they go, "Ooh, I can go to Crazy Hazy now"?
I find that 90% of people who come to my stream because are not because of that. That's not why they come to my stream. I would like to think. I don't know how. I don't have any statistics to back that up, but I think there are 1 in 10 persons who come in and say, "Oh, actually, this person is working in mental health." They gravitate towards that, which I think is really nice and really, really important and really wonderful. But about setting the boundaries, it's about saying, "Well, I'm not here in that capacity," and that's really important to me. But to almost draw the line, as it were, I think, because there's a really good example of how not to be as a streamer, and I'm going to go into a little bit about that now. There was a streamer last year who was all over Twitter who basically disregarded someone's recent unfortunate scenario, which I won't go into because I don't want to trigger anyone in chat because it might trigger anyone. But there was a scenario where there was a really sad situation, and the streamer basically said you basically dismissed them and made them feel like crap, which was not nice, and it was all over Twitter and it was horrible. And I was really angry about it because I was like, this is not a good example of someone handling someone's distress in a very, very health and safety way. You don't have to be a mental health practitioner to at least to say to someone, it's really tough, that's really shit, I'm really sorry, I hope you find some support. Doesn't take any effort, or and it's just a nice thing to say. That is really important to me. So in terms of the line, I think it's important that, because in the end, some of us just want to be heard. Some of us just want to know that we are part of something, we belong to something. That is fundamentally, we are at our core, biologically and psychologically, want to be a part of something. We want to be part of a community, and we are very, very community driven mammals, persons. That's who we are. And if someone is struggling, to be rejected is so unpleasant. It's horrible. But for someone to come in and say, "I'm having a really tough day, I'm having a really shit time," sorry, I just swore, sorry, I'm having a really crap time.
That's the second time you've done it, actually.
I'm sorry. I'm having a really crap time. I think it's important to say, you know what, that is totally valid. Your feelings are valid. You're allowed to be heard. You have every right to do that. That's very important. And I really, we're here with you. We're a community here to listen to you and hear you out. And I hope you're taking care of yourself. That is a really important line for me. I as a streamer, as a human being, not even as a streamer, will listen to a point where I hope that the person is heard. I think that's most important than anything. But going back to Discord in particular, so what's really nice, and again, this is everyone in the community, not just the streamer, not any other streamers. This is everyone. The one thing we have in our Discord, we have a wellbeing channel, which is an opt-in channel, because I feel like it should be a safe space for people who want to be a part of that community. That's that section of the community. So that's really important. And that is a space for people to share how they're feeling. And that is very, very important to me. And I think it's a lovely thing that we do as a community. And the thing is like, and this isn't like me trying to like impose any kind of idea on the community, but yes, I work in mental health, and I usually go in there and see what's going on in that chat to hopefully like hear what people have to say, and because I care about the community, I want to know what's going on. But as a community, we have that same message, we have that same kind of core value, and we're all there together. So it's more of a community kind of supportive space. So it's not just me going in there being, I'm here to support you in that way. I will obviously contribute when I can. And obviously outside of streams, outside of my work, obviously I have a family, so I can't always be there to respond to messages anyway. So that's not my kind of like my job to do to respond to those, but I want to respond, and I want to be want to hear my community members and be there for them as well. But we are leading it together. It's a community space. We're not seen as mental health professionals. There are resources there if people need them, those kinds of things, and that is really important. So I think going back to the line question, is that I will always be there to hear someone. I will always, and I say always because maybe I'm not always there, but I will try my best to be there to listen to someone. I will definitely be committed to reading what someone has to say. And I will certainly hear someone out if they're struggling. And the line is that I can't offer the support that maybe someone might need. Because first of all, because of distance, probably because of also what they might need. And those are different factors. So there's lots of different things going on there. But the line is that I think we can all be validated and be heard, but I can't offer the support that sometimes people need. And that goes for all streamers, not necessarily just me. Even though I work in the field, we can't. Sometimes it comes down to real kind of bureaucratic stuff. Like sometimes it comes down to insurance, for example. Mental health practitioners also have insurance when they do the work. If someone is providing mental health support to someone in a different country, for example, they're not actually technically covered. Maybe that's something else to take into account. So there's lots of different factors there, and that is really, really important too. So there's that's just another example of something, but that is why sometimes a streamer can't provide those kinds of things, because it can actually cross a boundary, and that's really important too. So I hope that answers your question.
No, yeah.
So passionate rant.
So what I took from that is you're very there to make someone feel heard.
Yep.
But you're there to be someone to be heard, but you're not there to solve their problems.
Yes.
Which
and validation is important.
Yeah. Atomic, the same thing kind of goes to you, because again, you, much like Crazy, must have got a very community-driven Discord. Do you? Because you don't. You actually no. You do a lot of your charity stuff because of. Cat's name? Because you got about 30 cats.
Okay.
This is Cooker. Hello, Cooker. You're at Cooker. By the way, my this little black blob over here is my cat. Not saying blob, it's just because you can't see your face. Because oh, hello, Luna. You okay? She's looking at me like, what? What do you want? I'm cleaning myself. Anyway, yeah. So you've gone through your history of your like training and your care and stuff like that in the past, and like I've mentioned it pretty much every single time you've been on this stream. Do you ever find people come to you when they find she's done care and stuff like that, she's trained in this? Have you ever had people come to you thinking that, hey, here's my problems?
I'm in the league with Crazy Hazy over there, where I wouldn't give advice from a professional standpoint, but within my Discord, everyone basically is there for people as friends. And as I've said to someone before, I'd rather someone break down in a voice chat with me than go and do something inevitable. well, irreversible, should I say. So we'll always be there and always try and push to the professional angle if needed. Like, obviously, you've got avenues they can take, you've got links that you can send,
Yeah.
you've got numbers that they can. Sorry, she's looking at me. You got numbers that you can obviously pass on and everything. But from like a support sort of sense, it's more just friends, just being there for friends.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to know that they're not alone going through things.
Yeah. And I think, like I say, because I've experienced it in the biscuit tin of people just saying, you know, I'm having a bit of a shitty time. And you'll either go into a little chat yourself and just be like, yep, cool, no worries. I mean, your partner, Atomic, has done it, Moonbeard, he's done it where he's just gone, yeah, jump into this, you know, another VC. They've gone for 20 minutes, come back, and they've just gone, yep, they've been heard, you know, we're not, you know, like I say, if someone's having that bad of a time, you're like, look, I'm not going to offer you advice because I'm either not trained to do it or I don't think I should, but here's a link, here's a number of someone who can help you and will help you. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's very important. But like I say, the line of it is that not to be fair, because I just read what Addicted to Caffeine said as well about knowing that line between a streamer and knowing in real life. Yeah, I was gonna say RL. I was like, yeah, it's real life. But just remember, you know, so I think this is kind of preaching to the choir to this chat, but like, remember that your local content creator is there to entertain you, not to necessarily solve your problems. You know, we are there to make sure you're having a good time, make sure we cheer you up. You know, you might be playing Clays Obscure. Wait, is there a sad bit in Clays Obscure?
There's lots of sad bits.
Okay, you might be might be watching Clays Obscure, and we all might have over the internet a collective internet cry together. Or you might be playing.
I cried twice.
Or you might be playing. Is there sad bits in Fallout 4, Atomic?
You there are.
Yeah, I turn the game on and I turn the game on. I start crying.
No, not.
Right, okay.
Depends
Name a game that you like that has sad
Can't
bits in
give
it.
any spoilers though.
No, any games that you like that has crying in it.
I started crying
my-
at Final Fantasy 10, Final Fantasy 10, and Metal Gear Solid 3.
Why Metal Gear Solid 3?
I played too many games.
Oh, the
that I've
ending is so
cried at.
sad. That music at the end, the debriefing, it makes me cry my eyes out. I was like, when I first played that game, I was sobbing.
Oh.
This was years ago, though, the first one.
Metal Gear Solid
Not
3?
remake, the OG. Yeah.
Snake Eater?
I have one that I played on stream that I cried at.
The one where a
The
certain
boss?
character dies at the end, yes.
Yeah.
Try not to spoil
Oh,
it.
come on, it's been out long enough.
I know, it's been remade, though. Maybe people haven't played
Hey,
it.
everyone, whoever hasn't seen the Titanic, spoiler alert, it sinks.
So you know what? Actually, spoiler warnings or spoiler, no spoilers at all is a boundary, isn't it? That's a really important boundary.
Do you know? But and
Not necessarily a rule.
that and backseat driving as well. Sorry, Atomic, we
That's one
completely.
of my that's one of my spoil one of my
your spoilers?
boundaries. That I don't like spoilers.
What you were gonna say? There was one game you cried at. What was the one game you cried at?
Yeah, I cried on stream like like floods of tears.
At
It was Stray, not Stray.
Oh.
Copycat. It's called.
Copycat.
Oh my god,
Copycat.
yeah. I made a YouTube video for it, but honestly, I absolutely bawled my eyes out.
Oh no, I know of Copycat. Yes, I haven't played it, but in saying that though,
I did get upset with Stray as well.
I would say Stray nearly had me. I don't think I've ever cried on stream. Or did I? Oh, hang on. Did I?
I cried loads on stream.
No, I
Oh,
might have.
I'll try and find you the video.
I might have
You can
cried.
Just enjoy it your own
I
leisure.
might not have been like blubbing, but I might have had a tear in my eye when I did Dathly, which was it's a Welsh based streaming charity event that Johnny Beard hosts, and it's in support of Mrs. Quack's not here, so she can't correct me. T Havid, which is the North Wales Children's Hospice. And I remember, if I remember correctly, I did it for 2 years, and the second year my daughter was born. Yes. No, no, no. It was when I did Streaming for Sands, which is the event Mrs. Quack set up, which is for baby loss awareness. And my daughter had just been born, and I remember I was watching videos on that because obviously we had suffered child loss in the past, and that got me because that was the first time I ever opened up about it. So I didn't blub. I don't know what the point of this is now. This is one of the side tangents. I didn't blub, but yes, your local streamer. We're here for the emotional moments, but we're not here to solve problems. We're here to entertain and be there to cheer you up when you feel a bit lonely and stuff like that. Because that is very that thumbnail, Atomic. What is that thumbnail?
That is actually me mid-cry. I just screenshotted it.
Sorry to insult, but you are such an ugly crier.
I am. I was literally saying as well, I'm sorry I'm ugly crying right now, but this is like proper tore me apart.
I ugly cried so much when I played Death Stranding as well. And I played Claire Obscure. You should see if you want to see me cry, go to my YouTube and search Claire Obscure Expedition 33 and watch the first VOD. Oh my god, I was a mess.
Great, I'm gonna have to do that now.
Absolute mess.
Great.
It's on my YouTube.
Right. Okay. So this is So we've talked a bit about people can come, and they can come to me as well if you are having a thing that you want to talk to, because that's my thing is I always want to be that person of, do you know when, because we must have all done it where we're like, oh, I don't want to burden that person, or I don't want to burden anyone with a problem of, I don't know, financial problems. That's not the thing off the top of my head. Not that I have financial problems, I don't, I'm fine. But like if someone comes in with like, oh, they got financial problems and they feel like talking to someone might be a bit of a burden, my thing of it is just talk to me, because if my one of my first questions will always be, no, sorry, my cat is scratching the carpet. There we go. My first thing will always be is this a rant where you just want to have a rant where I can just sit there? I don't really have to respond. It's just you venting and it's just a space for you to type. Or do you actually want, not advice, but like, do you want my own personal advice of what I be like, look, it's okay sort of stuff? Because I know I've been in those situations where like, oh, I can't talk to anyone about anything because, number one, they would either need context or they probably are just too busy. And that's one of my crosses to bear, I should say, is that me and Atomic are very much, and crazy, I don't have to give birth, well, you don't have to say how old you are, but are you a 90s baby?
A boundary for me is not talking about my age or IRL information.
Oh,
that's what I will also share. So I'll give you an example of that. I love how like even without we're pushing my boundaries on the not in a bad way. But yeah, no, I actually have, so another personal boundary of mine is that I don't share my IRL name or my date of birth inside of stream. So one rule I do have though. Boundary I do have. One boundary I do have is if I meet someone IRL and they really want to know my name, I will share it with them. But I won't do it until I've met them for the first time. So until I've met someone in the first time and I've had the conversation, I've that's my personal boundary for me. I will always I won't talk about it in Discord. I won't talk about it on the stream. But if someone meets me IRL, Liam is actually aware of my real name because I've met Liam in real life. So yeah. It's a personal boundary of mine because I feel like that is something I do with people who I meet face to face.
Do you know what's really funny, right? So Moonbeard has done it as a joke, and now I cannot unsee it. He said you look like a Rob, right? And I am not going to push for your name in the slightest.
Rob's a cool name, actually.
Right?
A cool name,
I'm not going to push it, even though you just said your boundaries not to say. So you're not going to tell me anyway. But oh my god, you look like a Rob. At first I thought, because of the crazy hazy thing, I was thinking, oh, maybe I like a Kevin or something. And I was like, but Rob, I was like, you look like a Rob.
So someone came through though and said once, because they said I look like a bit like Ricky Gervais. I don't look like Ricky Gervais now because of my beard, but someone called me Ricky for a while, and that's not my real name. I'm not Ricky, but it was just funny to me because I was like, I'll take it. I'll be Ricky for you if you like.
Sorry, Liam. It's not a Dan. He doesn't have a Dan vibe yet. It might be the beard, but you give off Rob vibes.
There we go. You can call me Rob if you like. There you go.
Crazy Rob Hazy. See, it
How you doing,
works.
Mr. Slippers? Mr. Slippers, I love your name, Mr. Slippers.
Do you want to
don't have
know?
any
Do you
slippers
want to
on.
know something very special about Mr. Slippers?
Go ahead.
First of all, it is Mr. Slippers, but since Carlton the Welsh has been here, it's Mrs. Lippers.
Oh, Mrs. Lippers.
Mrs. Lippers.
Oh yeah, Mrs. Lippers. I see it now.
Mrs. Lippers. At least, yeah, there we go, Mrs. Lippers.
Lippers.
But of course, that is Mr. Leon, the beautiful bald-headed ginger man. That is the owner of Streamseed.
Ah, hello. Hi.
Oh.
Hi.
Boss
Lovely
man.
to meet you.
Boss man.
Thank you for having me on here.
I love the way. Right, do you know what I've just said all that now? I don't know exactly the pause that he's thing, but I know he's just had a bit of a cheeky grin. I know he's just had a bit of a cheeky
I was
grin.
just like, oh, the boss man is here. Be on your best behavior.
And do you know the best thing is, right? Because he's an incredibly busy man, and I don't know what his update on his house is lately, but basically he moved into a house, gutted it, and has just restarted. So I know he's been very busy. So he's not here that often. So the fact that you're here right now, he normally trusts this stuff with me in Atomic, which is a stupid thing to do. Okay, so before we get into
Rob,
it,
yes.
before I'm here for Rob.
I'm here for Rob. Thanks.
Right.
I'm here for you, Mrs. Lippers.
Yeah, it's quite hard. Once you read Mr. Slippers, it's really hard to go Mrs. Lippers.
Can't see it now though.
No. But right, okay. So before we get into the final bit of this conversation,
Kevin Hazelnut. That's my new nickname. I like that.
okay.
I like that.
One thing, because I know Atomic does say her name out in public, but you know one of the biggest things, if everyone reads down there, not on when I'm posting to host staff, but read that bottom banner, that is where I officially, everyone's checking it now, is where I officially put my name out there for the first time.
Oh.
Because I was always, and I'm going to ask you why in a second, Crazy, but when I started streaming, I was like, oh, I am going to protect my name for love and money. Like, no one is going to know my name. And then I started streaming a bit more IRL and I had a bit more people in chat who knew my name. And then they started saying it. And then when it came to StreamSeed, then when we were changing all of this background stuff, the guy who was changing it, Ross, turned around and he was like, oh, what do you want to put on your name? And I was like, well, the thing is, Quackma Panda is what I do on my channel, where I'm a crazy, wacky person. I'll call you a lizard. I'll call you... I'm one of the very few streamers who will insult you openly because... it's funny. Not in a bad way. Like, I'm not going to, insult your mother or anything, but, I will comment on Atomic's hat and be like... Actually, no, the main thing I pick on Atomic is being northern.
Yeah. Whereas I just call people a dick for fun.
Yeah, and like one of my regulars in my chat is Amy Edith, and she is from up north as well, to the point where she used to come in the stream and say, hey, ups. So I was like, hey, ups, Amy. To the point now, I'm so tired of saying it, I've given her own channel redemption, where she just comes in, puts exclamation mark, hey, ups, and it's just my voice going, hey, ups, Amy. And I took that northern for a little while. And with Atomic as well, I'll insult her. Any video that I'll find of the old Vine of the little kid going, it's just lovely, it's just lovely, I'll tag her in it. I've actually got one. Yeah. I've got one that I need to send you, and it's one of those AI babies, and it's just like, oh, how's life been? Oh, mate, it's just absolute shite.
Oh my god, that sounds Scottish.
Are these on TikTok?
Oh yeah, all on TikTok.
Oh, I've seen those. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So, is there a particular reason why? Look at turbines. That's another Atomic quote. Yeah, Crazy. Is there a reason why you don't want? Like, obviously, I know you don't have to go into heavy detail, but is there a reason why Rob is not going to be? You're not going to be Crazy Rob Hazy?
Because it kind of links in a little bit with the mental health reasons and also my work. So there's a little bit of work related stuff in there as well. But as I'm sure you're also aware of, I want to do as much as possible to make sure that I am, still obviously my full authentic self, but also protect my family. And that's really important to me because as you probably know, I have a wonderful wife and 2 kids. And the more kind of IRL information I put out there, it kind of makes me like, and obviously, like as I said, if I meet someone in person, if they're really interested, I will tell them my real name. But if I'm sharing my information over time, you know, in a stream, in a digital environment, and I'm like, you know, someone is intentionally trying to gather my information to use against me or whatever, I feel like it's really important to keep all of that safe, especially with my kids. It's been a personal rule of mine for a long time, and it was mostly associated with work to begin with. But then, as I, you know, as me and German Lady started planning a family, and then we have 2 kids, which are incredible. That has become even more paramount than before. So, for me, it's very much about protecting, you know, my family and you know, making sure that, you know, it's not about being like secretive or anything like that. It's about protection, and it's about you know, that kind of stuff. And actually, what's really funny on the flip side of it, there is very little people nowadays that call me by my real name. It's very, very funny. Even my own parents call me Hazy, which is amazing. So it's honestly, they don't even call me, you know, by my real name. So Rob, yeah, they don't call me Rob. So and it's amazing. And there's very, very few people. It's the only people that call me by my real name are people at work. And that's kind of almost shows a little bit of how I treat work. Work is professional. It is very much that is the space that work is there. And I'm happy to keep it separate. Whereas actually, I always sometimes live a double life. I do my you know, my mental health work in the daytime, and that's where I'm, you know, I use my real name. And then in my outside life, even like, you know, even with friends, they call me Hazy. Even people who are not Twitch people call me Hazy. And my own parents call me Hazy. Even my own sister calls me Hazy. So there's, you know, there's all, it just makes sense that Hazy is my other name. And it's actually quite funny. I've actually told people my real name before, and they've gone, oh.
They sound almost disappointed.
They're like, well, I can't unhear it now. I'm like, there you go. So do you want to break the illusion? But yeah, but it's Hazy is just a name that it came. Do you know when? Actually, can I give you some crazy Hazy lore?
Go on then.
So crazy Hazy lore comes from when I used to run a karaoke night.
Shut up. What?
I used to run a karaoke night for 3 years. Hazy's Crazy Karaoke for 3 years. And that's why I'm called Crazy Hazy.
Hazy's Crazy.
Oh my God, did I kill Quack?
No, the worst thing is, right? So, first of all, okay, let me just get my brain, because I've got things in my head I need to say to you. First of all, did you say you and your lady planned on starting a family?
We have 2 kids.
Yeah,
so
yeah. You were talking, you were saying, my brain heard you go, me and German lady.
Yes, that's my wife.
Oh, that is actually what you said. Oh, I thought I was like, oh, you sound like you said German lady. And I was like,
I did.
That's just one way to say she's German, but like, you know, do you know what I mean? But I was like, I clearly misheard that. He clearly said, oh, me and my lady or something like that. No, you said German lady, yeah?
I said German lady. So
okay.
German lady's username is German lady. So she is my lovely wife.
From Germany?
She's from Germany.
Shocker.
She's from Germany. Yep, and she's also a lovely lady, so she's German lady. And basically, she came up with this username, basically because I used to call her German lady all the time, and then now it's become her username, and she now is just German lady. So it's amazing. She's even German lady. If I go to my phone right now, she's German lady on my phone. She is, yeah, German lady on my phone. But yeah, but outside of stream, I do use her real name. But
thank God for that.
But it is mostly like. It's German lady.
I can just imagine you're in Costco. She's across. German lady, over here.
Yeah. So the funny thing is, do you remember, like, obviously during the lockdowns and everything like that, we spent so much time with online people. It came to the point where we actually then left lockdown, and I actually started using people's usernames in real life. That's how it kind of translated. Did anyone else have that? I don't know. I certainly did.
If anybody in the outside world, outside of like Twitch people who actually know my name. No, Twitch people don't know my name, apart from when I just pointed out down there. And if I know you on a bit more of a personal level. But if I'm on the outside and someone shouts quack, I instantly cringe because I'm like, oh, please don't know me, please don't know me, please don't. Ah, you do. Because funny enough, our good friend, Atomic has about 20 cats. Yeah, one of mine and Atomic's good friend, Ginger Viking, I was walking to work and I see a car slow down, and I thought he was sort of turning down the T-junction where I was walking past. And I just see the window go down, and I just see this big ginger beard, and I just heard, quack? It's like, hi. Oh, it's Ginge. Hi, Ginge. But then, when I'm in work, if anybody mentions the word duck or quack, my heart starts going. I'm like, because nobody in my work knows. And I'm just like, oh, shit, do they know? I'm like, oh, no. But then in here, like in this world, if anyone calls me Sean, I'm like, what do you want? Why are you calling me by my government name? Get away from me. Stay away. I will protect my family. Get away from me. Right, okay. So, moving to the last little bit then. I will start with Atomic.
Sure.
Because, what was that cat, by the way?
That was Sparky.
Sparky. Sorry, who's Quack? Ugh. I have to say Clay for Sub-Sire, because I can't say that name. So I just call him Clay because that's his name. Atomic, when people have come to you in the past, because I know you've had conversations with people of just trying to help them, and if people have tried to not overstep your boundaries, but like when you feel like, right, you good?
Yeah.
How do you try and help people?
Listen to him.
Is that it? Nothing else? No.
Just listen to him, give comforting words, you know. Usually when I get asked for advice and stuff like that, it's not professional, it's more friends. So like Adam, who we were in chat earlier, if he's going on a date or asking about a girl's behaviour, I'll be like, that sounds a bit like, you know what I mean? But like, or from a professional standpoint, like if someone was in great danger to themselves or the public, then, you know, that's a step I'd be like, oh, I don't think you should be talking to me about this. I think you should either try this or go to doctors, you know what I mean? Like try this helpline or go to doctors. Anything that's a bit too like where it could potentially cause any form of harm, it's like, no, there's no point trying because you put yourself as liable then. But I'm luckily I don't really get in those sort of situations, and if I do, it's more just words of comfort, just making sure that they're heard, giving them a place to be able to vent and unload like that if they need to.
I realized as you were talking, like going back to the question initially is for me as well, is that if you're not working in a mental health capacity or you're not in a professional role in any way, you can absolutely do what Atomic is saying is around you can offer your listening ear and support as a friend, and that is ultimately what I want as a streamer. That is and I'm sure that's what actually all of us want. We want to cultivate a community of friends, or even people who don't want to necessarily be friends but maybe be participants in the community in some way, and I think that's really important. But what I noticed for me is that sometimes being in a role where you are supporting people, it can sometimes shift the balance of how you're seen as by someone, and most of the time that is most of the time people don't see you that way, but sometimes people do, and that's when you're like, that's why I have my boundary with professional and streaming, because if I'm trying to do the entertaining thing that I hope I'm doing and the kindness and the everything I've just told you about today, if I say, oh yeah, I work in mental health and I support people one-to-one in emotional support, that then shifts the balance potentially for some people, and that's why the boundary is there. So it's there to protect me, but it's also there to protect them too, and that's really, really important, because if I start then giving support in a professional sense, or seem to be deemed to be giving support in a professional sense, that changes the whole boundaries and everything for everyone, and that makes it all a bit blurry. But if you're a streamer, who's not professional, you still can give listening support and all that kind of stuff, and you're working from a friendship capacity. But for your own personal boundaries, so I'm talking about professional boundaries and personal, but if you're not working as a professional, you might also have a personal boundary that actually you don't want to put yourself in a position where someone is, potentially seeking out help, because you might not be able to give the help that they need, if that makes sense. So that's kind of what I think is important to say. So it's about also maintaining what you set out as a streamer anyway. But obviously, naturally, as people get to know you, they ask questions, and you might say, actually, yeah, I do work in mental health, and that tips the balance of things. Not for everyone, but for some people, and that's really important too. So yeah, I think that's the other reason, going back to it initially, And when Atomic said that, I thought actually yes, you can. People can listen and people can offer support as friends or as community members, but also as as a professional, you might want to keep that boundary too, and also a personal boundary about it. So there's lots of different types of boundaries, and that's what I'm hearing as well, which is important.
So the very last thing I'm going to ask is, when you're streaming, because obviously you stream for many hours, because
I do.
You stream what, 3, 4, 5 hours?
I stream 4 hours a week, 4 hours a day, for 4 days.
Woof. And Atomic, when you stream, you can go for a good couple of hours, can't you? You can go for 3, 4 hours. That face. So, what's in the cup? Because you got 2 cups going to go.
I have tropical juice, and I have caramel coffee.
I love
it.
Fair enough.
Very much a real spicy
That
thing.
mug.
Yeah, what's the mug?
Is great.
Oh, it's the Simba
It's
one.
the Simba. It's great. I love that mug. It's a huge
My favourite mug in the world.
It's a huge mug.
It's massive.
It's like a
Like, if you put it in front of your face, I can't see you.
It's like a Sports Direct mug.
My cats actually knocked this off the side. Well, not this one. They knocked my original one off the side, and I was absolutely distraught. And Moobeard came in trumps and found the exact same mug and got it made. Because it weren't in production anymore, so he went and found it.
Well done, Moonbeard. Well done. Yeah. So Crazy, when you're streaming for such a long time, say now someone comes in and they're like, "Oh, I want some advice." Is that something where you would casually try and talk in stream, or do you feel like you'd be like, "Hey, let's take us to a DM where I can address this and give it my attention"?
So it depends on what the question is, really. But for example, like if someone comes in and says to me, "Hazy, I'm in a bit of a quandary. I don't know what to do about this situation." I will always do my very best, as I said, and from the get go, be like, "Oh yeah, I'm here to listen. I'm here to hear what you have to say." I will always then say, if it's something that's appropriate for on stream, let's say, I would absolutely say I can't give you the answer. I can't tell you what to do because that would be inappropriate, because what I think is best for you may not what you think is best for you. And also what I think is best for you might actually be more what's best for me. So that's the important boundary there. So actually giving advice can actually be not necessarily what's best for the person in front of you. It might be best for you, but also, giving you're taking a bit of responsibility for that in a little way. So that's something that I think is really important to think about. But in terms of like giving a response that I think is really, really tangible, is saying, this is what I have done in this situation in the past.
Yeah.
Or if I was in your position, that's what I would do, but that may not necessarily be the right course of action for you. That is a very important line. That's a boundary, I would say.
Yeah.
And I would say that because I am coming from my subjective experience, my own personal boundaries, my own kind of, potentially like there's so many different factors that makes us all different. So that is really important to know. But I can definitely give a tangible response that I think someone can think about. But I can't directly say this is the right thing for you, because I probably don't even know them. That's another factor.
Yeah,
I don't even know anything about them. Most of the time, I would say a lot of people in the community come to me and ask me a question. I would absolutely give a response to those people I know very well and be confident in that. But if someone comes to me and says, I have this problem, I need your help, can you tell me? I'm like, I don't really know you that well. I'm really sorry. Like, it's not being to be rejecting, but it's to be like, I don't want to put you in a position that does more harm as well. That wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be fair, and it wouldn't be kind. So that's really important. Sometimes we have to put up the boundaries to be kind to ourselves, but also to the other person, because otherwise you're putting yourself in a position where you're actually like, and then someone might turn around and say, well, Hazy told me to do this thing, and that doesn't sound helpful either for both of us.
Yeah.
So yeah. So to answer your question, I would say if someone comes and asks me advice, if I feel confident in what they've asked me is something that I feel like I can answer, I will absolutely just on the spot say, I can't give you the answer. I can tell you what I would do in that situation or what I've done in the past, but that answer may not necessarily be what you're seeking out and actually suitable for you. That's what I would say. If it was something that potentially needed some addressing that I can't answer but would happily do so, I'm always happy to say, let's take this to a DM. Again, I'll still hold those boundaries. I can't give you the answer. I will do my best to give you somewhere to take it potentially. One thing that I really love about Twitch recently is that they've added supportive helplines for people all over the world. I don't know if you've seen it. I think it's a really great resource for people who are struggling and need like some listening support. And I think it's really great. But what I would always do is I would definitely do my very best to find, resources for someone. If I'm unable to do that, I will say take it to the wellbeing channel. Someone might actually be able to find resources for you or has something already in place that's really helpful. Because then it's not just me, it's us as a community. And
Yeah.
I'm not trying to impose it on the community, as I said earlier, but it's us taking, being a supportive community and holding that together. And again, ultimately, it's not our responsibility to get people to the support they need.
Yeah.
But we can absolutely be like, yeah, this is something that's really affecting you. Let's see what we can do together about this. It's
Yeah.
not like people feeling alone with it. It's
Yeah.
about being together with it. And I
Yeah.
think that's what I would do in that situation for sure.
Okie dokie. Well, I think that is a nice bombshell to end things on. Has anybody else got anything else to want to add? I think we've all had an insight from Mr. Hazy tonight of what our boundaries are and how to respect them.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, we haven't finished yet. Oh, calm down, calm. Oh, don't you?
Oh, okay.
You calm down, sir. That's my
Sorry.
boundary. Is you will finish when I tell you to finish.
I'm kidnapped. Blink twice if you need help.
No, nobody's gonna help you. Nobody's helping you. Right.
Trapped here now.
You are. So the final question I will ask you
Yes, go ahead.
is because Mrs. Slippers does not stream in the slightest, and to be fair, haven't picked on Mrs. Slippers in a couple of weeks now, but I'm going to pick on him now, even though, is he here? Probably not. He's probably back on the wooden floor. I can't see his name. Oh, no, he's there. He's there. I see him. Right, he doesn't stream at all. So I use him as my abusive stick of that. He decides I'm going to be a streamer, okay? He's playing Starfield. He's going to predominantly do a lot of spacey games, but he has boundaries, but he doesn't know he doesn't know the difference between his rules and his boundaries and all stuff like that. He's getting very confused by this. I don't know why he's telling me all this, but he's asked me to come to you for this.
Oh, I see.
I can see his DM right now. He is typing saying, no, stop talking quack, no. You're sacked. Stream seed. Doughnut. No, okay, whatever. Yeah. His question, he'll come to you and he'll go, Mr. Crazy Hazy, Mr. Crazy Hazy yourself. I'm not going to say what is a boundary and all stuff like that, but he is going to come to you and say, what are a couple of boundaries that you feel are a necessity to have for yourself and that could bleed into and to help other streamers and content creators?
Okay. Oh, what a good question.
Thank you. He asked it.
So I like it. It's a good question. So I think we've actually covered a lot of one of the main boundaries tonight, I think, because I feel like a lot of the Twitch community are people who are very, very kind. A lot of there are some people out there who maybe not so kind on content creation, but majority, I would say, are people who genuinely care about people and want to create incredible communities, to the point that sometimes the boundary that is lost is sometimes the self-care aspect. Okay. It's about the part where we're looking after ourselves as streamers. And I always think that absolutely be like Atomic said, like you've also been saying, is you can be a listening ear. You can be someone who's really, really wants to help other people and be a really present person as a streamer, providing entertainment, providing connectedness, belongingness, all that kind of stuff. And I think that's so wonderful. But not sacrifice yourself to the point where you put yourself in a position where that it affects you. And what I mean is that taking responsibility for other people's emotions, putting yourself out of your way to be supportive. That is a very, very important thing, I think, is that looking after yourself is a very important boundary, and working out for yourself what that looks like. Because I can say what it works for me. Again, it's coming back to the advice thing, isn't it? Like I can say that what works for me is that I will listen, I will validate, I will definitely provide time for someone if they're struggling, but I can't provide the support that they need. So what can I do otherwise? I can provide them the links, all that kind of stuff. So knowing for me what is my boundary regarding supporting someone who's struggling is very important to me. So that is one I would say. 2, time boundaries. I think one of the most important things, and this is for anyone who's starting out as a streamer, is being committed to the time that you said you're going to start streaming. I know that everyone can't have.
But both me and Atomic are like,
I'm sorry. No. But I mean, like because boundaries. So let's say, for example, like the outside of the streaming world, let's say, how like in terms of like people being late, for examul, let's say.
oh, he's punctual. He's punctual.
I'm punctual, so I'm very punctual. But what I mean is that if you want to be seen as someone who, and this goes for everyone, I think, and I'm not talking about
Us too.
anyone in here. I'm not talking about you two now. I'm talking about everyone. Is that having some level of time boundary is really important. And I'm not just talking about starting time. I'm talking about finishing time too.
Okay.
Because we can get into this mindset where actually we stream for like hours and hours and hours and on end, and actually it's not very good for us either. So that's really important too. So having a boundary where I say I'm going to finish at midnight, and I will admit I finished at 1 a.m. last night, so I am talking absolute shiitake mushrooms.
Atomic just has approximately start times now because she's so
okay.
she so doesn't have a start time.
The thing is, in my defense, right, I have autism and things can trigger my day, so I can't commit to a time ahead of time, but I like to have a schedule out. Yeah. So if I'm very, very stressed, I do try and get it out there, though, that, look, I'm stressed, we're starting late, and I do apologise all the time.
No, I totally hear you, and it's you know I think it's an example of a boundary. But what I'm trying to say is that having consistency can be really helpful as a streamer to build a community because it shows that you're going to be at a certain space and time. And what I'm saying, the reason I'm saying this isn't necessarily about you as a person boundary, but it's for other people's boundaries. You're saying that I will be here at this time, and people will gravitate towards that. So that's a really important one, I think, in particular. But again, people still show up anyway, so I think that's really important to say, no matter what. But I think, for me, is a time boundary is really important, in particular, with that as well. I think IRL is one. Like we've already talked about IRL stuff, so I'm trying to think of another one. But I think just because of doxing and all that kind of stuff, I think it's really important to be thoughtful about IRL information. I mean, people, it's a personal choice thing. I don't think there's a hard and fast way of going, this is how much information you should or shouldn't share. I don't think it's that clear cut, but definitely having some level, you don't want to post your address online. That's not a good idea. So those kinds of things are not a good idea, but. In terms of a third one that's not been mentioned, I'm just trying to think of one like off the top of my head. I'm just trying to, because I think we've talked a lot about different ones tonight, but I'm just trying to think what would be one that we haven't talked about. I'm just having a quick.
Or one that's important to you.
Thought.
Like you say, your anonymity is quite a personal one. It's quite a good one and quite a strong one.
I think another one is actually having digital breaks. Is another one. So, like, for example, for example, Discord, for example, sometimes every now and then, and I didn't necessarily do this in my week, because I was saying it before stream as well, in my week off, which I had recently. I did still kind of, be in Discord and contribute to Discord when I could. But having, like, moments to say to yourself, I'm going to have, like, a day off of Discord can be a really, really helpful, healthy thing to do for yourself. And this is more of a personal boundary than a boundary with other people. This is about you kind of taking care of yourself, looking after yourself. Today, I'm going to have a Discord free day or even a social media free day, just because sometimes it's important to disconnect from digital stuff. Obviously, still being connected to the community, but digital stuff, just putting it down and touching grass, as we say, and having a day where we just refresh our brains, and that's really important too. So that's another boundary I think is important in terms of that. So that's really, really helpful. And I think another personal boundary, and a lot of my community will definitely hear me say this a lot. One thing that I'm really, really passionate about, for lots of different reasons, is hugs. And this is obviously so hugs.
No,
so I am a hugger.
No,
I love hugs.
No.
Do you not like hugs?
No. Tommy, did I hug you at CCM? I didn't hug you at CCM.
I probably made you.
Probably.
I probably made you.
The most ironic thing is there's a wrestler called Bailey, and her gimmick used to be that she hugged everyone, and there was a T-shirt saying "I am a hugger," and she was a hug. That was the thing. She was a hugger, and I have ironically bought that T-shirt.
Right.
I will hug you. Oh God, I will hug you, but it will be so awkward.
Okay.
You will feel the awkwardness.
I will. I mean, I might. My hug might be the hug that might break the awkwardness.
Have you met Carlton the Welsh?
I have met Carlton the Welsh. I've hugged Carlton the Welsh.
I've hugged Carlton the Welsh as well, because I met him at Insomnia before it went terrible. And I gave him a hug. And do you know what one of the first things I said to him was? I just hugged him and I went, God, you smell good. I wish that was a joke, but I did.
There you go.
He smelled
there you go.
lush.
Amazing.
And the
I think I hugged
the
him
last
before.
person I hugged was probably Leon, Mr. Slippers, when I seen him at oh my God, Skynet LAN, because I hadn't seen him in a couple of months, and I just seen him, and I just went, mate, come here, and he went, what? And he knows I'm not a hugger, and I just said, come here, and I give him a touch, and he was like, what? And I just went, I haven't seen you in ages, and I just got this urge, I just want to give you a touch. Right. So yeah, I'm not a hugger. If you are a hugger, and Mr. Crazy, if you are a hugger, I will hug you. Of course I'll hug you, but just...
Well, one thing I will do, I always do this, and I wonder sometimes, like, you know, because I think it's really important about, you know, talking about consent and things like that. I think it's very important, is that we you know, because, you know, someday some people are like, yes, I'm really up for a hug, but then some days people aren't up for a hug, and I'm always up for a hug, but once every year, I might not be up for hugs, and I will absolutely say I'm not ready for a hug today if I didn't feel like it, but most of the time I'm ready for a hug. But if I meet, even if I know someone, like I have friends who I know I will hug no matter what, but meeting people online, meeting people in real life, I don't know what their boundaries are around hugging.
Yeah.
So being respectful, and I think that's a really important boundary, is respect, especially because as streamers, we're hopefully trying to also, you know, I think to a certain extent role model behavior that we want for ourselves. And I think that's really important, is that, you know, sometimes we may forget that. I think I certainly forget it a lot, but trying to role model behavior that we want for ourselves and for the communities that we try and do, I think is so powerful. And I will say to people when I first see them, even though I know them from stream for like 3 or 4 years, I will always say, can I please give you a hug? And if they say yes, great. If they say no, okay, let's do a fist bump, or let's do an elbow, you know, whatever that looks like. Let's do a jig, you know, let's do a dance, you know, I don't know, it could be anything. But it, you know, I think it's a really important boundary, because not everyone likes them. And that's okay, because I like them doesn't mean they have to. So I think it's really important, even though I am very much a hugger. You know, I will say, how do you feel about hugs? So they might say yes, and I might say, okay, great. And then what I'll do, I've already started planning hugs for people I'm going to see in about 2 weeks' time. So I'm really excited about that. And you know, it's really wonderful to do that, and I think it's nice. But even when I see them again in 2 weeks' time or a week's time, I will say to them, can I give you a hug? And then, you know, see how it goes. But I think that's really important, because that is where you're moving out of the digital realm and you're moving into a different realm in terms of you know, IRL realm. You're in a space with people that you've known for X amount of time, and that's important. So yeah, I think that's a really important boundary. That's probably not a starting stream boundary, because you might develop your community and then meet people later. Yeah. But I think it's an important personal boundary for me with people, you know, with people in general. But I have friends who I know that I can hug, and they will be okay with it. I always like kind of go hug anyway. You know, it's just important. So yeah, that's just another good example. I feel like we talked a lot about the stuff that I would say to new streamers anyway. Yeah. But that's another one to bring into the mix.
Okay. So let's wrap things up now. So Atomic, okay. you've had a poopy day in work. Hopefully this has cheered you up a little tiny bit.
No. Poopy day.
It has. It's been a good chat.
It's always a good
lovely,
chat. It's always good to have. It's always good to have nice people on, isn't it? The way I position myself, Hazy, don't worry. This is a StreamZ meeting now, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so yeah. Shall I just leave?
Yeah, do what you want. Yeah. Have you got work tomorrow as well? Hey, no,
I have work tomorrow.
Yes. Chris, it's not about you. You're the Twitch partner, right? But this is my realm, right?
I'll stay over here.
God. And as well, for everyone in the chat as well, we are going to be wrapping up in a minute, don't worry. Everyone in the chat, this person here is getting flown from Manchester to London by her work, all expenses paid. Well, the flight is paid.
Flight, taxi, parking, mileage.
How rude is that?
Fancy.
All for work.
Probably lunch on day as well.
Lunch up there. What are you going to have, love?
Don't know.
Burger? No. What's a good northern word? Chips, innit?
Pie.
I don't know. Oh, pie. Yeah, of course you can have pie. Oh,
Ah.
have you, as well, Tom, this is such a me just talking to you now. Have you played or have you got, where is it? It's installed. Thank goodness you're here.
I love that game.
No, but it's on my wish list. It is so funny. It's got Matt Berry in it, hasn't it?
Yes, it
It
does.
does.
But only
Like voicing
because
it.
I found a TikTok of that game because I played it, right? But I completely forgot about it. And you walk into a butcher's and there's this little woman. Can I have steak kidney pie, please, love? And the butcher behind the back goes, "Oh no, sorry, we've lost all the button. Colin lost it. So we only got vegan. Is that all right?" The little old woman goes, and I don't know why it just reminds me of you. Just going, "Oh no, rather shit bed.
Shit bed.
I'd rather shit bed."
Shit bed.
That's shit bed.
Oh, anyway. Right, Tomic, thank you very much for being here. But I don't know if you actually know this for the schedule. But everybody in chat, this is the last time you will see Atomic Moonchild in 2025. Not at all. She'll still be doing things. But this will be the last time she's on the stream. Did you know that?
On Stream Seed, yeah, for
Aye.
now.
So, I feel this is
On
weird.
Creators at Doughnut Table.
Aye. Love. Right, this feels weird, but I hope you have a nice Christmas, because I have to do this for camera's sake now. I don't particularly care. I hope you have a nice Christmas. I hope you have a nice New Year as well. Yeah?
Thank you. Same to you.
All right. Are you doing anything fun for Christmas?
Going out with family. Me and Chris usually have like our own little Christmas meal, and then we usually sit in Discord and get ridiculously drunk with everyone online.
Sounds like a plan.
Like we did last year, we did Gavin and Stacey bingo.
Amazing.
I hate Gavin and Stacey.
It was so funny, honestly. We got so drunk. Took us 4 hours to watch that episode. Because we
Okay,
had to keep stopping to have shots.
so you have now a full to the rest of the year to promo yourself. What have you got going on? What's going on in your life? Big up everything that you're doing now between now and at least middle of Jan.
Pull up my sleeves, get ready for this. So, Friday's my birthday,
What are you, 22? No.
Wait, is
and
this
I'm
gonna
having a
work?
birthday
Wait,
party
one second.
stream.
What did you say? Is
Go
this
on,
a
go on.
work?
Can you hear that?
Yes.
Did you hear that?
No.
No.
Okay, don't worry. Ignore me then.
Oh, gutted.
God, these partner streams
yeah,
are very
I'm-
egotistical.
I'm having a birthday party stream
Oh.
because I'm out all weekend celebrating with my family and with Chris. So I thought I'll have a birthday party stream and we'll have some fun and play some games and hang out and stuff. So that'll be good. I have Ice 9 Kills on the 8th of
You do.
December.
And a certain event.
I have MCR, yes, because I'm one of the organisers. That's on the 12th,
Hmm.
where
I'll
Crazy
see you
will be
there. Excited.
Ooh, I can't wait. Honestly, some of the stuff we've got planned, you're gonna love it.
Excited. Can't wait.
I didn't like how the stream froze on my eyes. Then that just looked hilarious. Are you having hamster issues?
I'm not having hamster issues. Both of you right
As long
now.
as I'm not having hamster
you
issues
were on-
because I've had hamster issues.
You were on 3 green bars. Both of you are.
We're good. We're good.
Yeah, you're
Because
good.
we've been having internet issues. I had a hotspot for work today.
Oh god, Crazy John, you have to hate it when you have to hotspot for work.
I know, right?
God.
All the time. All the time.
Yeah.
Anything else?
And then
Oh, yeah. Go on.
in December, I have Jingle Jam, which is a charity event that I'm doing for WWF. That is from the 1st till the 14th of December. And for the whole of December up until I think 20th might be my last stream, I am doing the Southeast Asia Games Onwards, which celebrates all like developers from like Southeast Asia and some of their amazing games. And I have some really fun games like lined up for that.
Amazing.
I like playing a lot of indie games. That's kind of my
Indies
shit.
are the way. Indies are the way.
Crazy Hazy. First of all, I would like to thank you very, very much for taking time out of your very busy schedule to be with us here today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You have been very insightful.
Thank you.
What have you? Well, you're never coming. Well, I hope you come back one day. I hope you come. I'm not saying
You're never coming back.
I just come in. I was like, we'll get off the thing now. How do you think that went? Oh yeah, that went terrible.
It was.
You were,
It was so great. We don't want you back.
Yeah, you're never coming back. So, as of this very moment stands, this is we want you to come back. I would love you to come back. Atomic, would you like him to come back?
I would absolutely love you to come back.
There we go.
Thanks.
Right. So hopefully you come back in the future. But as of right now, you're not coming back ever again. So what have you got planned? What's your Christmas look like to begin with? Sorry, I should do this.
So I'm going to Stockholm DreamHack this weekend.
Oh yeah, you are now.
Excited about. I've never been to Stockholm before, so it's my first time there, and I'll also be playing games there. I'll be streaming there, which is very exciting. And then when I return, I will be going to see Hans Zimmer live in London next Monday, which I'm very excited about. So this is my bucket list thing. I'm very excited about it. It's a bucket list thing for me. I'm very excited about it.
Sorry to interrupt you, but you went somewhere that I wanted to go, and I was filming with you there. You went and I didn't. You went to the Metal Gear Solid.
Zimmer?
No, the Metal Gear Solid thing. You can suck it.
I did. I'm sorry. I did.
Continue with your promo. I'm not listening to you no more. I just remember I don't like you.
And then I'm going to Cardiff.
Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer. I'm so excited about Hans Zimmer. And then I'm going to Cardiff on the 6th of... Is it the 6th?
Are you going?
Yeah.
I'm going. Yeah, you going?
So, right. Okay, so I was going to put this in my little promo thing, and I was going to pose the question to you. Right. So, me and Mrs. Quack, because obviously we got a 2-year-old, trying to find childcare for that is quite difficult. But we've sort of worked it out a little bit. So I haven't officially got my ticket yet, but the main thing Mrs. Quack's saying is like, oh, who do we know? Like, I know Ginger Viking is going, and I know somebody else is going, but now if you're going as well, I can actually, I might actually see you at a distance, awkwardly nod at you, and I go, yeah, I know him.
I'll come and hug you.
You can hug Mrs. Quack.
I'll ask you first.
No, I'll put Mrs. Quack in the way. She'd be my man.
Just bear hug him. Spare hug him.
Are you
Chase
tall?
him with an egg.
If I see you, I'm gonna come over and say hello.
Are you tall?
Or a banana.
I'm 5'10".
Oh, you're the same height as me. That's fine now, because I was gonna be like,
okay,
I could just imagine you just like picking me up.
No, I'm 5'10", so we'll be.
Oh, that's good then. I was going to ask you
Yes,
because you went to which one did you go to before? Did you go to the travel?
I went to the MCR one. I went to the MCR before.
No,
so
you've
been to
you've been to the Cardiff one before, no?
No, so there's a funny story about the Cardiff one. I signed up and thought I didn't get a ticket, and then I got a message from Shaky Jakey B saying, "Hazy, you coming? You haven't told me." And I was like, "Wait, what?" And then found out that my ticket went through. It was a free one. I thought I hadn't got a ticket, and I was like, "No, I'm not going." But I'm really gutted that I got a ticket because I didn't think I had one, and then I was really sad about it. So I haven't been to Cardiff. Technically, my username has, but I haven't.
Right, okay, fair enough. Okay, right, continue with Hans Zimmer.
But yeah, so yeah, I'll be at Cardiff, and then I'll be at Manchester on the 12th. Is it the 12th?
Yes.
It's Friday. It's the Friday, isn't it? So it's the 12th. I dates I'm not even thinking about at the moment. and then post that I'm doing my sponsored stream soon. I'm going to make an announcement today in my Discord, which I'm very excited about it. So I'm going to share that later about a sponsored stream that I'm doing later, which is very exciting. And then yeah, I'm going to be streaming up until Christmas Eve, and then probably I'll be spending time with family for Christmas, and then in the new year back to the usual routine, which would be great. So that's my plans. And then in January I'll probably start playing games like Kingdom Come Deliverance or Death Stranding 2.
Caught me mid. I got caught on a bit of A then, and I was like, I need to say something. Right. Anyway, so I need to delay a little time now because I just remembered that I'm trying to do a new thing of when Atomic is giving a shout out, I like doing a promos thing of, then I special shout it out, and then when it's your turn, I'll do yours. But instead now I have to wait a bit of time now. So yeah, Cardiff's gonna be fun.
I'm looking forward to Cardiff. I am very much looking forward to Cardiff.
I'm hoping that me and Mrs. Quack can get it sorted. But it was literally today we were like, right, we could do this, we could do this, we could do this, and I'm like, oh, right, we could actually go. So maybe by the end of the day, we will have our tickets. Right, this is not going to work now, is it? Because I need to wait ages. Yeah, we got to wait at least a minute. Anyway, I can do it for myself. Anyway, I am Quack My Panda, everyone. So, as I just said, is Atomic won't be here in 2 weeks' time purely because this stream right now is our penultimate stream, and that's right. I've used a big word. I've used a big word in the correct context. Because I will say it here, even though we're promoing next week. It is going to be the final stream of 2025. It is just gonna be me, so that means views. But it's gonna be me and Brian Dredd, because last year we did. Got another 20 seconds. Can you put your penultimate away? I'll try my best. Crazy. Why is it taking so long? Can someone count 20 seconds? Anyway, sorry. We're gonna be with last year. We talked about what 2025 looked like, and I know me and Bri have had a very different 2025 than what we originally planned. So we are going to be discussing what is 2026 looking like. And I'm not going to lie, Crazy, you are a fantastic statue.
Am I?
Do you know if that donut wasn't moving in the background, I swear to God your camera was frozen.
No, sorry, I was just listening to you.
I was fantastic.
I was listening to you. I was just taking everything in.
It's fantastic, that was. I was just like, is this camera frozen? I was like, no, the donut's moving. I was like, he's really
I'm
good
playing
at
a
that.
game.
Yeah. Don't go in a staring contest with Crazy Hazy, because that he's going to win. Right, we're gonna head on off now, everyone. So where's right, okay.
Oh, by the way, thank you for that.
You're very welcome. Yeah, if you're not following Crazy Hazy, a very cool, calm, collected dude who is good to have. It sounds horrible, but it's not, because that's how I watch people. It's very good to have in the background, very soothing on the ears.
Oh, thanks.
And I do have Atomic up on Lurk as well whenever she streams, but that's just hit and miss. Life's.
I started a new job and I had a week off. I was quite regular before that.
But now you're hit and miss.
Well, no, I'm just getting used to my new routine.
All right, okay, fine. Follow Atomic Moonchild. She's a lovely person. She's mouthy, but she's lovely. Anyway, right, Crazy. We need to wave the camera now. Yeah, yes. Right.
Hi everyone.
Hey,
Right.
he knows,
Right.
he
Right.
knows.
Yes,
Thank
he
you so much
knows.
for hanging out.
Right, I
Thank
gotta
you
put.
for having me.
Okay, bye bye.
Take care,
See you in
everyone.
2 weeks.
Bye, everyone.